Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is GM Skywatcher coming at you. And I not only watch the skies, I watch the world. And I'm in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. And I normally don't pay attention to the news, but because it's nothing but lies and bullshit indoctrination. It's brainwashing. I mean, people religiously watch the news and they think that they're being told the truth. But more and more people are realizing that this is not the case. So I guess obviously many people have seen, and they know for years of the Catholic Church and the Vatican and the Pope and all these disgusting criminals within the archdiocese. They're pedophiles. And maybe not all, but a lot. And others look the other way or help cover up. And it's just so absolutely disgusting, these vile creatures, what they do to poor innocent children. I mean, could you ever even could you even imagine hurting a child? Especially in the ways that they do. Oh man, when I was younger, I went to a school. I was raised Catholic. I'm obviously not Catholic now, but I do believe in God. And at St. Cecilia's, when I was like in 3rd grade, there was definitely some pedophilia going on. And I'm not sure, I forget what the priest's name was, but he was sexually assaulting, raping, torturing children. And they ultimately just moved him around and hid him in another parish, which is so horrible. And most of the time, you know, it was like the age of innocence, and children may have said something to their parents, but the parents quickly denied these accusations because the church and the priests, they were the next thing closest to God. So how could this possibly be happening? So a lot of times the parents, they wouldn't believe the children. So this priest was molesting this child, and his name was John Kelly. His father was a Philadelphia police officer. And at the time, I guess he was maybe early teens, and I guess it had been going on for a while. So this poor child took his own life. He stole his father's revolver and blew his brains out. And the story we got was he was hooked on drugs, and drugs made him do this. So sad. And I guess this mother and father, I don't know about the mother, I think the mother was around, but they just didn't believe these things were happening by the holier-than-thou priests. I mean, they are our gateway to God. Priests don't harm children, and if they do, the child deserved it. I mean, you hear crazy stories about nuns beating children with rulers or other weapons. And I watched a principal slap the hell out of a friend of mine in the schoolyard in front of everybody. She she whacked the hell out of him. And he was bad, but the child doesn't deserve that. And this poor kid, his mother and father were drug addicts. I'm not going to say his name, but father was a heroin addict. So he didn't have much of a, good upbringing. Didn't have much support. People, this world is not what we think. I mean, you see, they spray our skies with chemicals, and nobody knows exactly what this is about. And you have people attacking, raping, torturing, murdering children. I mean, you hear stories of blood drinking and, this being like a type of fountain of youth. It's so disgusting and sad. I spoke with my father yesterday, and I talked to him about this pedophilia in the Catholic Church, and he said that's old news. And I told him that pedophilia was rampant in this world that we live, and it's everywhere. These sick, satanic cultists. I said, it's within the Catholic Church. It's within the politicians. It's within government. I mean, it's in Hollywood. It's all over. People need to protect their children and protect all children. Do whatever you can. If you have some kind of inkling that something's wrong, investigate it. You could save that children's life. Not even from death, but from years of mental and physical torture. People need to wake up to this evil world that we live in. They say that evil runs this place, and I think that's true. So, I've read some articles on the spraying of our skies and, these fires in California, and see fire marshals doing interviews and saying they've never seen anything like it. Complete engine blocks melting into nothing. And I read articles and watch videos of these directed energy weapons, DEW. And supposedly, with our skies being pumped with heavy metals such as aluminum, barium, and strontium, these things are like accelerants for these fires. So, our skies are pumped with these heavy metals, and obviously they come down to Earth on the surface, and we absorb them through the air, water, and food. So, essentially, our bodies are filled with this aluminum. And if you're aware of the Georgia Guidestones, they want to eliminate 95% of the population. They want to keep some people around. They got to clean up the mess. They got to be the slaves. We've grown so large they can't control us anymore. And we're finding out more and more about these disgusting, vile creatures. So, supposedly, they could eliminate us with these directed energy weapons. They could vaporize us. And I know it sounds completely insane. People, wake up to your reality. Because this world is not what you think. Spread the truth, people. Do some research. I love humanity. Spread the love.